Good morning, Lucy.
Good morning.
Hi, Lucy.
Good morning.
Lhabab Düchen.
Oh, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Morning.
So let's just take a few minutes as people are joining. We'll just create our positive motivation. Just center ourselves right now. Today is a multiplying day of merit, so we want to create a very pure intention. Our intention to attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Our intention to uphold the pure Dharma for the benefit of all beings. Of course, all beings includes oneself, lest we forget. And we think about what this day means in our tradition. Lhabab Düchen is the return of the Buddha from heaven. So after he attained Buddhahood, his mother, who died a few days after giving birth to him, immediately took a high rebirth in the heavens. But because the Buddha had not attained his enlightenment yet, this was the best that Queen Maya could do at the time. And so once Buddha attained enlightenment, he went to that heaven to release his mother from heaven into enlightenment. He gave her the full insight and teachings of the Dharma. And although she was in a very high formless realm of the heavens, that is still a realm within samsara. So he gave her the Dharma and then released her through her own insight of his Dharma out of that heavenly realm. So out of the formless, the form, and the desire realm into the realm of non-abiding nirvana. So we also want to think about generating our motivation. Why do we want to practice? Because the Buddha and his great wisdom found the path out completely out of samsara and was dedicating his Dharma, his teachings, to the benefit of all mother beings, not just his own physical mother of that lifetime, Queen Maya, but all mother beings, to find the truth within their own wisdom from the Buddha Dharma, to be released from samsara, from the realm of suffering. So this is our motivation. May we all attain Buddhahood for the benefit of every sentient being. That's our motivation. And in that wish or prayer is also our dedication. So we're practicing for our own highest benefit and for the benefit of all mother beings. So there are those in the formless realm, in the form realm, and in the desire realm. So we wish for all three realms to be completely liberated and to come into the wisdom and compassion of complete non-abiding nirvana. So if you have some of you take that and we'll recite the opening prayers together. And if people are joining who don't have the prayer booklet, you can say your refuge, basically. Refuge and bodhicitta. So I see people are leaving to get their prayer booklet. So again, calling to mind what refuge and bodhicitta mean. Refuge means a safety, someplace that gives us shelter, that gives us protection, that we can count on. Like if we were in a great thunderstorm and we were going to get drenched and we all of a sudden saw a building that we could dash into, we could take refuge from the thunderstorm by going inside. And so refuge in the Buddha Dharma is taking refuge from samsara. We're trapped often by suffering, by change, even when we have great causes and conditions, losing things we have that we don't want to lose, not being able to get things that we would like to have, and then unpredictability, of impermanence. So sometimes we like it when things go in our way, that the impermanence of change, we say, finally, wonderful, change has come. And then sometimes we don't like it when the change happens in a way that we feel sad about that, but we can't do anything to stop. So we seek refuge in the Dharma to be able to deal with a good, clear view with a warm heart and the wisdom that's able to deal with the impermanence by keeping a steady, even mind and view of the true nature of reality. And the three jewels, the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, can give us the support for that. So we'll say the first time in Tibetan and the next 2 times in English. Sangye chodan soki chognam la jangchu bardu dagni kapsu chi dagi jensoki pesognam ki drola pencher sangye drupar shok. In the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, until enlightened, I seek refuge. Through merit from giving and the rest, to aid all, may I become Buddha. In the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, until enlightened, I seek refuge. Through merit from giving and the rest, to aid all, may I become Buddha. In the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, until enlightened, I seek refuge. Through merit from giving and the rest, to aid all, may I become Buddha. And then the 4 immeasurable wishes, we'll say in English 3 times. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from sorrowless bliss. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from bias, attachment, and hatred. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from sorrowless bliss. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from bias, attachment, and hatred. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from sorrowless bliss. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from bias, attachment, and hatred. And then on page 2, the praise to Shakyamuni Buddha. We'll say the first time in Tibetan and then 2 more times in English. Lama Tompa Chomdende Dejin Jagpadra Chompa Yang Dakpar Sokpe Sangye Rikpadam Japsu Dempa Dewa Jikpa Jikten Kempa Kebul Due Kalo Girwa Lana Mepa Lada Mi Nam Kitompa Sangye Chomdende Pelgewa Shakitupa La Chatselo Choru Kyapsuchi Ho. To the founder, the endowed transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. When, O supreme among humans, you were born on this earth, you paced out 7 strides, then said, I am supreme in this world. To you who are wise then, I prostrate. With pure bodies, forms supremely pure, wisdom ocean like a golden mountain, fame that blazes in the 3 worlds. Winner of the best, Lord, to you I prostrate. With the supreme signs, face like spotless moon, color like gold, to you I prostrate. Dust free like you, the 3 worlds are not. Incomparably wise one, to you I prostrate. The Savior having great compassion, the founder having all understanding, the field of merit with qualities like a vast ocean. To you, the one gone to thusness, I prostrate. The purity that frees one from attachment, the virtue that frees one from the lower realms, the one path, the sublime pure reality, to the Dharma that pacifies, I prostrate. Those who are liberated and who also show the path to liberation, who are devoted to the moral precepts, the holy field qualified with realizations, to you, the sublime community intending virtue, I prostrate. Homage to the Supreme Buddha, homage to the Dharma refuge, homage to the great Sangha, to all three ever devout homage, to all worthy of respect, bowing with bodies as many as all realms, atoms, in all aspects. With supreme faith, I pay homage. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions. Perform only perfect virtuous actions. Subdue your mind thoroughly. This is the teaching of the Buddha. A star, a mirage, the flame of a lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew or a bubble, a dream, a flash of lightning, a cloud. See conditioned things as such. Through these merits may sentient beings attain the rank of all-seeing, subdue the foe of faults, and perturbed by the waves of aging, sickness, and death, be delivered from samsara's ocean. Guru Yoga of Je Tsongkhapa, Ganden La Gyema. From Tushita's hundreds of gods' protector's heart, to the tip of this fresh, pure white, keeped curd-like cloud, O Lobsang Dragpa, Dharma's omniscient king, pray come to this place with your disciples. In space ahead on lion's throne, lotus and moon, venerable gurus smile brightly with delight. An ocean, as supreme merit field for my mind of faith, pray stay hundreds of eons to spread doctrine. Your wisdom mind sees full range of knowables. Your eloquent speech adorns fortunate ears. Your beauteous body, famed glory outstanding. Homage to you, worthwhile to think of, hear, and see. Pleasant offerings of water, various flowers, fragrant incense, light, perfume, and so on. Oceans of offerings set out and envisioned, offered up to you, supreme field of merit. Non-virtue heaped up since beginningless time, which I have committed with body, speech, and mind, especially what has contradicted 3 vows, each I confess from my heart with strong regret. In time of strife, you strove to learn and practice, shunned 8 mundane concerns, made life essenceful. O protector from depths of our hearts, we rejoice in your powerful great deeds. Venerable gurus from love and wisdom, clouds densely massed in your Dharmakaya sky, pray loose a rain of vast profound Dharma on fields of disciples just as needed. May whatever virtue that I've here gathered bring benefit to all beings and doctrine, and may it make Venerable Lobsang Dragpa's essential teachings specially shine forever. Avalokiteshvara, great treasure of infinite compassion, Manjushri, Lord of stainless knowledge, Vajrapani, conqueror of all demon hordes without exception, Tsongkhapa, crown jewel of the land of snow sages, Lobsang Dragpa, I make requests at your feet. Lobsang Dragpa, I make requests at your feet. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus on my crown, caring for me with your great kindness, bestow attainments of body, speech, and mind. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness, bestow attainments common and supreme. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness until supreme awakening remains steadfast. And now let's recite together the Heart Sutra, the Prajnaparamita. Homage to the exalted 3 jewels. Thus have I heard at one time, the Blessed One was dwelling in Rajgriha on Vulture Mountain, together with a great assembly of monks and a great assembly of bodhisattvas. At that time, the Blessed One was absorbed in the concentration of the countless. At that very time, the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, was perfectly looking at the practice of profound perfection of wisdom, perfectly looking at the emptiness of inherent existence of the 5 aggregates also. Then, through the power of Buddha, the Venerable Shariputra said to the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, how should a child of the lineage train who wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom? Thus he spoke, and the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, replied to the Venerable Shariputra as follows. Shariputra, whatever son or daughter of the lineage wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom, should look perfectly like this. Subsequently, looking perfectly and correctly at the emptiness of inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Form is empty, emptiness is form. Form is not other than emptiness, emptiness is not other than form. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, compositional factors, and consciousness are empty. Shariputra, like this, all phenomena are empty, without characteristics. That is, they are not produced and they do not cease. They have no defilement and no separation from defilement. They have no decrease and no increase. Therefore, Shariputra, in emptiness, there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no compositional factors, no consciousness. There is no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no visible form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no object of touch, no mental phenomena. There is no I element and so forth, up to no mind element, up to no element of mental consciousness. There is no ignorance and no cessation of ignorance and so forth, up to no aging and death and no cessation of aging and death. Likewise, there is no suffering, no origin, no cessation, and no path, no exalted wisdom, no attainment, and also no non-attainment. Therefore, Shariputra, because there is no attainment, bodhisattvas rely on and abide in the perfection of wisdom, and because their minds have no obstructions, they have no fear. Passing utterly beyond error, they attain the final state beyond sorrow. All the Buddhas who reside in the three times by relying upon the perfection of wisdom become manifest and complete Buddhas in the state of unsurpassed, perfect and complete enlightenment. Therefore, the mantra of the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, the unsurpassed mantra, the equal to the unequaled mantra, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering, since it is not false, should be known as the truth. The mantra of the perfection of wisdom is proclaimed. And let's say one mala now of the Heart Sutra mantra, because this is a very beautiful and auspicious mantra for getting better realizations in our practice. So we'll say one mala's worth of the Heart Sutra mantra. Tayata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhiswaha. 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 Tayato Om Gate Gate Pada Gate Pada Samgate Bodhi Swaha. Shariputra, this is how a bodhisattva, a great being, should train in the profound perfection of wisdom. Then the Blessed One arose from that concentration and said to the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the Mahasattva, great being, well said, O child of the lineage, so it is. The profound perfection of wisdom should be practiced exactly as you have taught, and the Tathagatas will rejoice. When the Blessed One had said this, the Venerable Shariputra, the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, and the entire assembly, as well as worldly beings, gods, humans, demigods, Gandhavaras, and others, were filled with admiration and highly praised what had been spoken by the Blessed One. So ends the noble discourse on the essence of the wisdom gone beyond. So on page 16, we'll offer a short mandala. Sashi Poki Jukjing Metok Tramri Raplingji Nide Genpadi Sangye Jingdu Migde Uwar Gidro Kunam Dak Jingla Choparshok Jetsu Lama Dampa Kenam Kicho Kuikala Kiense Chutzin Trig Jitar Sampe Dulce Zinma Lasab Gechoki Charpa Pap to soul. And in English, ground, perfume anointed, flowers strewn, Meru, foreland, sun and moon adorned, seen as Buddha field and offered. Thus may all sentient beings enjoy pure lands. Venerable gurus from love and wisdom, clouds densely massed in your Dharmakaya sky, pray loose a rain of vast profound Dharma on fields of disciples just as needed. And request for the Lama to remain long. Jetsun Lame Kutse Rabten Chinyam Katrinle Chokchur Gepada Lo Sang Tenpe Drone Me Sasum Gidro We Moon Cell Tak to Nek Your Chick Detar Lam Sang Tom Pe Shenyan Dam Sul Shin Drupe Drog Nam Shabten Chir Chidang Nangi Bardu Chupe Sogne War Shi War Jingi Lob Tuk Sol. May my Venerable Lama's life be firm, his white divine actions spread in the 10 directions. May the torch of the teachings of Losang always remain, dispelling the darkness of all beings in the 3 realms. Like that, may the gurus who show the noble path and the spiritual friends who practice it have long lives. Please bless me to pacify completely all outer and inner hindrances. Idam Guru Ratnamandalam Kam Niryatayami. And now let's just say the Bodhisattva dedication before we go into our guided meditation on page 28, if you have your booklet. The Bodhisattva vow to strengthen our commitment to our Bodhisattva pledge. With a wish to free all beings, I shall always go for refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha until I reach full enlightenment. Enthused by wisdom and compassion, today in the Buddha's presence, I generate the mind of full awakening for the benefit of all sentient beings. As long as space remains, as long as sentient beings remain, until then, may I too remain and dispel the miseries of the world. With a wish to free all beings, I shall always go for refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha until I reach full enlightenment. Enthused by wisdom and compassion, today in the Buddha's presence, I generate the mind of full awakening for the benefit of all sentient beings. As long as space remains, as long as sentient beings remain, until then may I too remain and dispel the miseries of the world. With a wish to free all beings, I shall always go for refuge to Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha until I reach full enlightenment. Enthused by wisdom and compassion, today in Buddha's presence, I generate the mind of full awakening for the benefit of all sentient beings. As long as space remains, as long as sentient beings remain, until then, may I too remain and dispel the miseries of the world. Okay, so you can just keep your books, your prayer booklets nearby, because we'll use them for our closing prayers, our dedication of merit. But for now, we're going to do a guided meditation with the blessings of Shakyamuni Buddha. So just be comfortable, maybe adjust your seating, become very comfortable, because you'll sit maybe in meditation and guided meditation for about a half an hour. So you don't have to sit cross-legged, but you want to sit in a place in a way that will help support your guided meditation. So that means always being very comfortable and not sitting in a way that's not natural, that doesn't allow you to fully take the benefits of the meditation. So we're going to do a green Tara meditation, because green Tara is removing all of our obstacles so that we can more quickly become, in essence, like the Buddha Shakyamuni, who was able to go in every direction to aid and free all mother beings from suffering. And Arya Tara in the Tibetan tradition is that active quality of the Buddha's enlightened mind. She represents the enlightened activity of the Buddha and has all the wisdom and compassion she needs to free all mother beings from ignorance, from attachment, and from hatred and aversion. So we're going to use her as our guide in our meditation, remembering that her activities are the enlightened qualities of the Buddha in the form of the female form, which is very relevant to us in these days, because 90% of all the practitioners who are still following, especially the Tibetan tradition, at least when we're teaching and seeing people here online, are females. So we're going to use her as that guide on this very auspicious day of Lhabab Düchen, when the Buddha came back from Tushita, having helped his mother. So it shows his connection and his appreciation to his mother, whom he never met. You know, in his last life, when he attained enlightenment, she passed away when he was still very, very much an infant, just 7 days old. And he was ending up being raised by his stepmother, by his, not really a stepmother, but his aunt. It was his mother's sister who raised him. And she became the first female member of the Sangha. It was through her dedication and her insistence with 500 ladies from the Sakya court that she begged him, please, you have to create the female Sangha. And finally he agreed. So that was Maha, of course now her name, Maha Prajnapati. And she was his, in essence, really his mother of his worldly life that raised him. But his birth mother, Queen Maya, passed away before he could meet her. And so this day today, we really think about his dedication to his mother who gave birth to him, to go back and, release her, although she attained a very high realm, of the highest realm of the formless realms of heaven, what we would say there are heavens that are very blissful and no problems, but they're also impermanent. So eventually you have to leave that heavenly realm. And he wanted to help her be established in enlightenment. And so this day today, Lhabab Düchen, is a day where the Buddha returned from that highest heaven called Tushita, after giving his mother, Queen Maya, the teachings, his Dharma that he was able to accomplish because of her kindness of carrying him for 9 months and giving birth. So just think about the power of your own essence. Maybe you're a mother yourself in this life. Maybe you have mothered beings. You've taken care of cats, of butterflies, of friends, or you've taken care of your own mother. We all act as a mother in one capacity or another. We take care. And not just women, there are many mothering male figures as well. Our own kind Ken Rinpoche, he's very much, in my mind, often in His Holiness the Dalai Lama, giggling and loving and kind, always showing that gentle quality. And so let's bring ourselves into the mindset of beautiful Aryatara. Let's call her into our heart and mind center right now, with gratitude for the loving kindness of our own mother, of all mothers, of the mother of the Buddha, Queen Maya, of the mothering qualities of Buddha nature that show concern for every form of life, every living creature, without any judgment, without any bias. If you have some female guides, some female lamas, the word lama in Tibetan means la is great, is enlightened one, and ma is mother, really means the great mother. So there you have that. So we're bringing all our lamas to mind, and some of us maybe have also female lamas like Venerable Rabina, like Tsunma Tenzin Dasel, maybe Venerable Thupten Chodron La, Lama Willa. I think many of us have lots of female guidance on our path, and so we can bring our Lama's blessings as well into our minds right now, into our heart minds, so that they are with us in our practice. So just think in your heart now. Again, we're reminding ourselves of taking refuge in the Holy Guru. So I take refuge in the Holy Guru, essence of all Buddhas, original grantor of all holy teachings, and Lord of all supreme beings. Please, Guru Buddhas, bestow on me the ability to unify my mind with the Dharma and be successful in practicing Dharma in order to achieve the graduated path. May no hindrances occur while achieving this path. Please bless me to realize that I have received a perfect human rebirth, which is highly meaningful for many reasons difficult to obtain, but perishable, transient, and fragile, decaying in the shortest moment because of its changeable nature. Thus, my death is definite, but its actual time is most indefinite. And after death, I am far more likely to be reborn in difficult situations, having created negative karma, please bless me to comprehend how incredibly unendurable is the suffering of even the higher realms, that I might fully take refuge in Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha with all my heart, and realize the evolution of karma in all of its profundity, that I might perform only virtuous actions and abandon all negative creations. By practicing in this way, I will be reborn in the upper realms, but will still have to experience unlimited samsaric suffering because of uncontrolled delusion and karma. Please bless me to realize fully the evolution of samsara, from uncontrolled rebirth to death to rebirth, and to follow day and night the three higher teachings of the path: higher conduct of morality, higher concentration, and higher wisdom, which are the main methods to release me from samsara. As each sentient being has been my mother, and as most of them are in extreme suffering, please bless me to bring success to all by renouncing the perfect happiness of self and practicing the Bodhisattva's deeds of the six perfections with the Bodhisattva's mind of exchanging self with others on the basis of the equanimity meditation. Thus shall I have no sorrow in experiencing the samsaric suffering of all other sentient beings for no matter how long, having trained my mind in the general path. Please bless me to follow the quick Vajrayana teachings by feeling sentient beings suffering, very unimaginably unbearable for even the shortest moment as my own, and to achieve the attainment of Shakyamuni Buddha immediately at this very moment by keeping my ordinations and the instructions of the Guru with the best and highest care in life for the sole purpose of enlightening all sentient beings. Now the visualization. Above the crown of my head, I visualize a lotus and a moon disk. Upon these is the great treasury of compassion, Aryatara, mother of all enlightened beings, who is oneness with my kind root Guru. So Aryatara is the white Tara, and she transforms into your root Guru. My Guru is seated in the full lotus position with a transparent bubble of rainbow-colored light surrounding him or her, is pink in complexion and wears saffron robes and a pundit's hat. Right hand at the heart in the gesture of teaching the Dharma and holding a vajra and the stem of a white lotus that blooms beside the right ear. Left hand rests on the hip, holding a bell in the stem of another white lotus that blooms besides the left ear. At my Guru's heart is Aryatara in female aspect, green in color, and seated in the dancing posture within a rainbow bubble. Her left leg is bent up and her right leg is outstretched. Her left hand is at her heart in the mudra symbolizing the triple gem and holding the stem of a blue utpali flower. Her right hand extended over her right knee is in the mudra of granting sublime realizations. She is beautifully adorned with jeweled ornaments and scarves, and at her three places bears the syllables Om on her forehead, Ah at her throat, and Hum at her heart. At her heart is a lotus and a moon seat, on which stands a radiant green syllable Tam. Rays of green light radiate in all directions and invoke all the enlightened beings of the 10 directions. They are all absorbed into Aryatara and become one. Make a heartfelt prayer. Please remain above my head and in my heart center until I receive enlightenment. And now we repeat silently our refuge in bodhicitta. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to Buddha, Dharma, and Supreme Assembly. By my merit from giving and other perfections, may I become Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to Buddha, Dharma, and Supreme Assembly. By my merit from giving and other perfections, may I become Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to Buddha, Dharma, and Supreme Assembly. By my merit from giving and other perfections, may I become Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings. In particular, for the sake of all mother sentient beings, quickly, I must somehow obtain the precious state of complete and perfect Buddhahood. Therefore, I shall practice the yoga of Venerable Aryatara. With my body, speech, and mind, I devoutly prostrate. I offer all offerings, both real and imagined. All sins and offenses amassed from beginningless time, I confess. I rejoice in all virtuous actions of holy and ordinary beings. O Gurus and Buddhas, please remain until samsara ends and turn the wheel of the Dharma for sentient beings. All my virtues and those of all others I dedicate to the great enlightenment. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from bliss without sorrow. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from the extremes of attachment and aversion, greed and hatred. Your liberating body is fully adorned with all the signs of a Buddha. Your melodious speech complete with all 60 rhythms flows without hesitation. Your vast, profound mind filled with wisdom and compassion is beyond all conceptions. I prostrate to the wheel of these 3 secret adornments of your body, speech, and mind. Material offerings of my own and others, the actual objects and those that I visualize, body and wealth, and all virtues amassed throughout the 3 times, I offer to you upon visualized oceans of clouds like Samantabhadra's offerings. My mind being oppressed by the stifling darkness of ignorance, I have done many wrongs against reason and vows. Whatever mistakes I have made in the past with a deep sense of regret, I pledge never to repeat them, and without reservation, I confess everything to you. From the depths of my heart, I rejoice in the enlightening deeds of the sublime masters and in the virtuous actions, past, present, and future, performed by myself and all others as well, and by ordinary and exalted beings of the 3 sacred traditions. I request you to awaken every living being from the sleep of ordinary and instinctive defilements with the divine music of the Dharma's pure truth, resounding with the melody of profoundness and peace, and in accordance with the dispositions of your various disciples. I entreat you to firmly establish your feet upon the indestructible Vajra throne in the indissoluble state of Ewam, until every sentient being gains the calm breath of joy in the state of final realization, unfettered by the extremes of worldliness or tranquil liberation. I totally dedicate my virtuous actions of all 3 times so that I may receive continuous care from a master and attain full enlightenment for the benefit of all. Through accomplishing my prayers, the supreme and sublime deed of Samantabhadra. This ground anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, 4 continents, the sun and the moon. I imagine this as a Buddha field and offer it. May all living beings enjoy this pure land. The objects of my attachment, aversion, and ignorance, friends, enemies, strangers, and my body, wealth, and enjoyments, without any sense of loss, I offer this collection. Please accept it with pleasure and bless me with freedom from the 3 poisons. Idam Guru Ratnamandalam Kam Niryatayami. Now thinking, please bless me to purify all obscurations, any non-virtues of my body, so that it will become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra body. White light emanates from the Om at Aryatara's brow and curves in an arc to enter my brow on my forehead. Beautiful white light enters through my forehead, and my body is purified completely of all obscurations and becomes one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra body. Please bless me to purify all obscurations of my speech, so that it will become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra speech. Red light emanates from the Ah at Aryatara's throat and curves in an arc to enter my throat. My speech is purified by pure red light, completely ridding all obscurations, and becomes one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra speech. Please bless me to purify all obscurations of my mind, so that it will become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra mind. Blue light emanates from the Hum at Aryatara's heart and curves in an arc to enter my heart. My mind is purified of all obscurations and becomes one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra mind. Please bless me to purify all delusions and subtle obscurations to omniscience, so that my body, speech, and mind will become one with Guru body, holy speech, and holy mind. Now the three colored beams emanate simultaneously from the Om, Ah, and Hum syllables at Aryatara's forehead, her throat, and her heart, curving in an arc and entering my three places, completely purifying all my delusions and subtle obscurations to omniscience. My body, speech, and mind become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy body, holy speech, and holy mind. My root guru dissolves now into Aryatara, who melts into green light, which flows into me. Instantly, my wrong conception that I and all other phenomena are self-existent, together with my dualistic mind and its views, disappears, becoming completely empty. Not even a trace of them remains. I concentrate one pointedly in this empty state, with a wisdom that is indistinguishably one with Guru Tara's blissful, omniscient mind. Then out of that emptiness, my wisdom manifests instantly as Guru Tara's holy Vajra body seated on a lotus and moon cushion. At my heart is another lotus and moon, upon which is the center stands the syllable Tam, surrounded in a clockwise direction by the syllables of the mantra Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Swaha. The Tam and the mantra are manifestations of Guru Tara's holy mind, with which my mind is totally united. Green light radiates from all the letters, spreading in every direction. It purifies the negative karmas, gross delusions, and subtle obscurations to omniscience of all sentient beings who become Tara. Again, light radiates, bearing manifold offerings to the six transcendental senses of all the Buddhas and sentient beings who have become Tara. The enlightened beings are extremely pleased and shower down the superlative qualities of Buddha Tara's holy body, holy speech, and holy mind, omniscient wisdom, supreme power, and infinite compassion in the form of a great shower of light rays. And we recite the mantra, absorbed by this and blessed by this rain. Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Swaha. So you can say this mantra, we'll say 21 times. Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Swaha. 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 Tare Tu Tare Ture. Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Swaha. Praises to the 21 Taras. From your sublime abode, the Potala, Tara born from the green letter Tam, your crown adorned with Amitabha, action mother of the Buddhas of the three times, Tara, please come with your attendants. The gods and demigods bow to your lotus feet, O Tara, you who rescue all who are destitute. To you, Mother Tara, I pay homage. Oh, I prostrate to the noble transcendent liberator. Homage, Tara, swift heroic, eyes like lightning instantaneous, sprung from opening stamens of the Lord of the three worlds, tear-born lotus. Homage, she whose face combines 100 autumn moons at fullest, blazing with light rays resplendent as 1,000-star collection. Homage, golden blue one, lotus water-born and hand adorned, giving effort, calm austerities, patience, meditation, her sphere. Homage, crown of Tathagatas, actions triumph without limit, relied on by conquerors' children, having reached every perfection. Homage, filling with Tutare, whom desire direction in space, trampling with her feet the seven worlds, able to draw forth all beings. Homage, worshipped by the all-lords, Chakra, Agni, Brahma, Marut, honored by the hosts of spirits, corpse raisers, Gandhavaras, Yakshas. Homage, with her tray and pate, sounds totally destroying foes' magic diagrams, her feet pressing left out, right in, blazing in a raging fire blaze. Homage, Ture, very dreadful, destroyer of Mara's champions. She with frowning lotus visage, who is slayer of all enemies. Homage at the heart, her fingers adorn her with three-jewel mudra, light ray masses all excited, all directions wheels adorn her. Homage, she so joyous, radiant, crown emitting garlands of light, mirthful, laughing with Tutare, subjugating Maras, Devas. Homage, she able to summon all earth guardians assembly, shaking, frowning with her Hung sign, saving from every misfortune. Homage, crown adorned with crescent moon, all ornaments most shining, Amitabha in her hair knot, sending out much light eternal. Homage, she mid-wreath, ablaze like eon-ending fire abiding. Right stretched, left bent joy surrounds you, troops of enemies destroying. Homage, she who strikes the ground with her palm and with her foot beats it, scowling with the letter Hum, the seven levels she does conquer. Homage, happy, virtuous, peaceful, she whose field is peace, nirvana, she endowed with Om and Swaha, destroyer of the great evil. Homage, she with joy surrounded, tearing foes' bodies asunder, frees with Hum and knowledge mantra, arrangement of the 10 letters. Homage, Ture, with seed letter of the shape of syllable Hum, by foot stamping shakes the three worlds, Meru, Mandara, and Vindhya. Homage, holding in her hand the Hari-marked moon of Deva Lake form, with twice spoken Tara and Pe, totally dispelling poison. Homage, she whom gods and their kings and the Kanaras do honor, armored in all joyful splendor. She dispels bad dreams and conflicts. Homage, she whose two eyes bright with radiance of sun and full moon, with twice Hara and Tutare, she dispels severe contagion. Homage, full of liberating power by the set of the three natures, destroys hosts of spirits, yakshas, and raised corpses, supreme Ture. These praises with the root mantras and prostrations thus are 21. Through the merits of these virtuous actions, may I quickly attain the state of Aryatara and lead all living beings without exception into that enlightened state. So now we dissolve Aryatara in the field of merit. Tara sinks into you, into the heart center. And the mantra is radiating out in green lights. Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Swaha. Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Swaha. Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Swaha. May the supreme jewel bodhicitta that has not arisen arise and grow. and may that which has arisen not diminish, but increase forevermore. May all beings everywhere plagued by sufferings of body and mind obtain an ocean of happiness and joy by virtues of my merits. May no living creature suffer, commit evil, or ever fall ill. May no one be afraid or belittled with a mind weighed down by depression. May the blind see forms and the deaf hear sounds. May those whose bodies are worn with toil be restored on finding repose. May the naked find clothing, the hungry find food. May the thirsty find water and delicious drinks. May the poor find wealth, those weak with sorrow find joy. May the forlorn find hope, constant happiness, and prosperity. May there be timely rains and bountiful harvests. May all medicines be effective and wholesome prayers bear fruit. May all who are sick and ill quickly be freed from their ailments. Whatever diseases there are in the world, may they never occur again. May the frightened cease to be afraid, and those bound be freed. May the powerless find power, and may people think of benefiting each other. For as long as space remains, as long as sentient beings remain, may I too remain to dispel the miseries of the world. Gangriwa we korwe shinkam dear pendang dewa malu changwene genrezi one tenzin Gatsel shapezi te bardu ten gyurchi. So now we'll turn back to our dedication of merits. I want to just ask, I had that we're going until your time at 10:30, is that right?
That's
Till
correct.
10:30? Okay.
Yes.
So let's dedicate the merits. Okay, great. So we'll dedicate the merits, and then I'm going to try to share the screen so you can see some of the lovely Dakini dances. But let's dedicate our practice first, and then we'll move on to that. Let's turn to page 21. We'll do the long life prayer for Kensor Lobsang Seten, the supremely precious former abbot of the great monastery Tashi Lumpo. I offer prostrations and prayers with single-minded faith to the gurus whose kindness is unequaled, and who, with skillful means and without an instant's rest, reveal to living beings so illusory the path of benefit and happiness, without moving from the sphere of dependent arising and the elimination of elaborations, having gone to bliss by the power of valid cognition in incontrovertible dependent arising, to the Buddhas, deities, and personal deities, Vajradhara and the rest, to the lords of the three lineages, protectors, and to the assembly of great heroes and dakinis. O compassionate supreme beings, please bestow on me good fortune. May you be victorious, O supreme noble being, Avalokiteshvara, deeply kind master, destined to be the deity of the land of snow's beings, just as prophesied by Amitabha, the teacher Buddha, epitome of the four bodies, and so on, who, having upheld and tamed Tibet, expanded the power and influence of the Tibetan teachings and government with the activities of a Dharma king, an ancestral king, and the like, and increased the human population and brought them together with material goods and teachings. Though after long Dharma decline, obstacles and hindrances arose, you again performed unsurpassable kindnesses here in Tibet, increasing the opportunities for happiness in the Tibetan teachings and governance through emanations of the greatly compassionate one and the like. Furthermore, during the perilous time when Tibet became like a hell on earth due to the occupation of the Red Chinese, because of the kindness of powerful Avalokiteshvara, the supreme 14th protector, religion and government could breathe a sigh of relief. When one searches for the object imputed, there is no essence, just as it is with the plantain tree. Yet due to the dependent arising of causes and conditions, there is the tragedy of this great threat to the sage's teaching, root of happiness for the land of snow and all beings are mothers. I pray for the long life of the king of the victorious ones, the supreme protector who brings well-being to all living beings, to the teaching, and especially to Tibet, through his unequaled courage and altruistic spirit of enlightenment, which are equal in measure to all the troubles. I pray for the long life of all those who uphold the teaching and who do so without bias, who take responsibility for its increase and preservation by first understanding the victorious one's teachings in general, and in particular the Tibetan teachings of the Yellow Hats to be the root of all beings' happiness, and then by practicing and explaining them. In particular, I pray for the one who knows all the scriptures with the power of his intelligence to have a long life through the solid strength of his mind and his mastery of life, in order to benefit the teachings and all beings with his good, wholehearted resolve. In general, the disappearance of the supreme protector of all beings and the teaching draws near. In particular, the land of snow's teachings and government are in crisis. It is a bodhisattva deed to uphold the teaching and work for the benefit of all beings by wholeheartedly assuming the responsibility of the thought to help them. Therefore, in this time of great peril in the degenerate age, I pray for you to have a long life wherein you have considered the general and the particular with a special altruistic spirit, perseverance, patience, and discernment, and in accord with the magnificent thought of the snowy region's protector. So now we'll turn to page 26. Through this virtue, may I swiftly, having gained Guru Buddha's state, place each and every sentient being without exception in that state. Precious Supreme Bodhi Mind, may it where unborn arise and where born never decline, but increase forevermore. Avalokiteshvara, great treasure of unconceiving compassion, Manjushri, Lord of stainless knowledge, Tsongkhapa, crown jewel of the land of snow sages, Losang Dragpa, I make requests at your feet. May we all attain Buddhahood for the benefit of every sentient being.